In my life, I've had a lot of ups and a lot of downs. I have good memories, and there are things I deeply regret. I carry burdens of my past. I carry a lot of guilt into my future. But we are human. We make mistakes, some bigger than others, but I reach my low. But it's only up from here. My name is SonTran, and this is my story. So after everything happened, I was really ashamed of myself for a number of reasons. I was scared to leave my house, but I wanted to leave my house at the same time. I wanted to go somewhere or even do anything, but I was afraid to. I was afraid to show my face and even be around people because I thought they would judge me or even point fingers or even, laugh at me or something. And I didn't want to see, or I didn't want people to see the bandage I have on my arm. This is just a sleeve now, but before there was a foam padding on the inside and like a gauze type thing, and then a whole bunch of tape, and then another type of sleeve over it to protect it. And then I didn't want people to see that for a lot of reasons, because I just didn't want to be questioned or even judged. Even after the whole situation, the more I kept thinking that I was weak or helpless, or finding myself that I was losing a lot of myself at that time too. The more I thought about it, and the more I became paranoid to show my face around, be around anyone, the more it got to my head. So I would even during that time, I was still drinking, and I was still smoking and doing all sorts of things, and a lot of times is just I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know how else to escape. But the more I drank, I realized I escaped it for only that moment or that day or whatever, and then it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And ever since that day, I stopped self-harming. That was the last time I self-harmed, which was on this arm, and it's been 2 years now. So yeah, it's been 2 years since 2018. So that was a step in the right direction in my mind, I believe. And personally, that's something I should be proud of. But at the same time, it's I can't build up the strength and courage to tell myself that I'm proud of myself for, stopping self-harm and trying to find myself, or who I am or who I was, and all that again. So I think over the course of the 2 years of even doing all this, making music or releasing music, it's just, I think I started finding my own worth again, of putting my story out there for anyone who ever was like me or is like me. So to let them know that they're not alone, because I was there too. And June 17 this year will be 2 years. So since that happened, just this past March, I stopped drinking and smoking. So I think that's 6-7 months, something like that, around that. A lot of times I didn't really want help from people. I was scared to get help because I was scared to go to therapy for the longest time. I've been to so many different therapists, and a lot of times I always get scared because this is a stranger, and I don't want to randomly just pour my emotion to this one person, or even I was scared to open up to all these just people and that I don't know personally. And I got really scared to share my story. And the part that was really helpful in my mind was to write it down. So then I started writing it down, and I've always like written music. I've always written music or written songs and stuff and lyrics since I was in like grade 7 or something. And like I took a little step away from that because I never thought I would be doing this. And then the more I started writing everything down, like after June 17, it was crazy because I felt like weight was being taken off my shoulders. I was able to like let out what I was holding inside without like physically saying it at that time, but instead writing it. And now it's just therapeutic to me to either write or record or anything with that matter, because I feel in my heart that my story should be put out there. Because I remember being a kid and waiting for someone to tell you that it's okay, or someone to tell you that you're not alone. For the longest time in my life, I never got that until the Rob Nash Project came to my school, and I didn't take it seriously at that time. And ever since then, I just thought like he was there too, and we might not be the exact same, but we've gone through similar things. And that was probably one of the first people that told me I wasn't alone. And so with all this, that's what I want to do, and just share my story. And if you connect with it and you feel like you're not alone anymore, then my job here is basically like accomplished. Like I don't want anyone to go through what I did, or if they feel like how I felt, their story shouldn't be unheard either. So I got the help I needed, and now I'm wanting to help others because I was there too, and I don't want them to go through that before, they start to realize their full potential. And I don't want to praise myself saying, oh, I haven't self-harmed for 2 years, or I haven't drank for, let's say, 6 months or something. Like since March, I haven't drank since March. I don't want to praise myself like that. I don't want to force that on people, but all I want to do is to let you know is if you've ever felt like that, you're not alone.
Thinking about the past only got me so far. How did that innocent kid turn out to have a cold heart? Got these demons always talking inside of me. Made me believe in something that wasn't really me. They said, here's a drink, drown out those memories. Numb the pain and it'll make you forget about it. Should've been more cautious, now I'm feeling nauseous. Don't even want to take a sip, but the smell of it felt toxic. Should've listened to my intuition. Losing focus.